My dear students, I am your social teacher, MVM School, Yelahanka, Newton. Children, today's lesson South India, lesson overview, three dynasties Shatavahanas, Kadambas, and Gangas. All the three dynasties' most important kings and contribution of the all the dynasty. This is a lesson overview or teaching points. Children, first dynasty Shatavahana dynasty. So can started before Christ only 230 to 220 century. So already we know that South Indian from 3rd century before Christ to 13th century overall South Indian all the dynasties. So what is the contribution of South Indian dynasties? Many dynasties can rule in Karnataka, especially South India. So Vindhya mountains separate north and south India. Narmada, Vindhya mountains also and Narmada river. So in upper side that is north India. So in southern part south India can dividing. So Vindhya mountains also separate south and north India. The areas between Vindhya's mountains and Kanyakumari, Vindhya mountains to in southern tip. So that is Kanyakumari in the south is called South India or the Deccan region. The many South Indian rulers can started the all the dynasties, many dynasties, Kadamba, Shatavahanas, Ganga, Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Pallavas have been important dynasties of this region, South Indian regions can rule. So first dynasty, Shatavahana dynasty. The Shatavahanas were the first to have established a dynasty in the Deccan, southern parts. They had settled themselves in land between the Godavari and Krishna river. So between the establishment of the Shatavahana dynasty only in Godavari and the Krishna river between only can establish it. They are the vassals of Chandragupta Maurya. Before northern side Chandragupta Magadha dynasty, so that is the vassals can do the work and were paying tributes to him. In 220 before Christ, Simukha became independent and made Srikakulam his capital. Who is the founder of Shatavahana? Simukha. So, which is the capital of Shatavahana's dynasty? Srikakulam, his capital. Most important king in Shatavahana dynasty, Gautami Putra Shatakarni. He is Gautami Putra Shatakarni was most prominent king and warrior also, and he was continue the ruling in Shatavahana dynasty. Gautami Putra Shatakarni, prominent king of this dynasty. He had done away with the bitter enemies of the kingdom, the Sakas, beyond the borders of India. Shalivahana Shaka is supposed to have been inaugurated by him. So we know that Shalivahana Shake Shaka. So the word comes supposed to have been inaugurated in Shatavahana dynasty only. He expanded his kingdom to include not only Konkana, Birar, Saurashtra and Malwa, but also many new areas also can occupy. He had titles such as Tri Samudratoya Pitavahana, Tri Samudratoya Pitavahana, and he got a title, and Shatavahana Kula Yasho Pratishthapanakara. So this is the title of Gautami Putra Shatakarni. Was prominent king also, he can occupy many places, that's why got the title. Yagnashri Shatakarni was the last king of this dynasty. During his time, an account of continual attack of Shakas, the empire stood devastated, declining, can started declining. During the Shatavahana rule, the king was supreme. The kingdom had been divided into provinces called Janapada. So this is the contribution of Shatavahana dynasty. And most important, so provinces and provinces also called Janapada for the purpose of administration, and officers had been appointed to who look after them. The cities and villages were looked after self-governing institutions. So nowadays, what are the Grama Panchayati? So many members can collecting tax as it is same in Shatavahana time. Before Christ also can started the work administration also. There was no discrimination on the basic of Varna in the society. Varna, so upper caste, lower caste, already we know that in the third lesson only. So Kshatriyas, priestly classes, Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas and Shudras. So as it is same basic of Varna in the society, even women held high offices and high status in the society. So before already can give the importance to the women's. There are people of different occupations, not only agriculture. Many occupations is there like farmers, merchants, goldsmith, fishermen, carpenters, weavers, medicine man, doctor. So before only Ayurvedic. Uh, only anyone diseases came, so can give the medicine only medicine man. There were occupational associations. Later, these associations emerged as commercial and trade organization day by day. So, can improve the reasons to reasons and time to time can growth. So, can started trade and organizations. There was a encouragement for even foreign trade. So before Christ already can started. Already we know that many Europeans can came to India. So before Christ also foreign trade is there, and Nasik, Kalyana, Broch, Batkhala were trade centers. Other Europeans or other countries people can came to India and purchase many spices. So many things can started. That is the trading purpose. The Shatavahanas who followed the Vedic tradition encouraged other religions like Buddhism and Jainism and believed in harmony. And the art and art literature and educations also can give an importance. Literature was created in Prakrit and the language of both scholars and common people. Gata Saptasati, written by Hala, he was one of the king also, and that is the best example of this literature. And art, the Ajanta and Amaravati paintings were created during the period of the Shatavahanas temples. Vihara and Chaityalayas were also constructed to Chaitya Griha was built in Karle by the Banavasi merchants Bhutapala. So most important Chaitanya also. So that is before. So these are Chaitanya Viharas can use only learning purpose education center. During this period of Shatavahanas, the Kannada land was prosperous and adventurous, had able to administrators. They had enriched Indian culture by their contribution. So before also can give the contribution. Shatavahanas, South Indian first dynasty also can give contribution is more. Next, another one dynasty, Kadamba dynasty. So, see the map, children. So, Kadambas, already we know that Kadamba means Mayura Varma or Mayura Sharma. Already Kannada movie also is there. What is the progress? Where to start? So, what is the main aim of the Kadamba dynasty? All we know that. So, this is the Indian map, and so in dark color. So, the Kadambas only can rule. That is also South Indian dynasty. So Kadambas was the first dynasty to be established in Karnataka. Their capital was Banavasi, today North Kannada district. So most important king and founder of this dynasty, Mayura Sharma. When the Mayura Sharma was insulted by the Pallava king Shivaskandavarma, he adopted the Kshatriya way of life and became Mayura Varma. Mayura Sharma became Mayura Varma. He defeated the Pallavas in the war and established the Kadamba dynasty. He is a pride of all Kannadigas. He was a pride of all the Kannadigas. The Kadamba made special contribution to Indians, Karnataka especially, and can give the culture contribution. There was a political unity for around 300 years under the Kadambas' rule. Royal priests, ministers, and military gen also played a significant role in administration. For administrative cases, provincial officer had been appointed to look after the provinces. Land revenue was the main sources of income in the kingdom. The occupations such as carpentry, goldsmith, blacksmith, weaving, oil excavation, pottery were the main one in the society. There was a greater encouragement for agriculture and trade. Most of the people followed Varnashrama. Greater importance was given to patriarchy and undivided family. Before, so can given the undivided family, and they were the followers of Vedic culture. The Kadambas encouraged, can give the importance to all the religion, especially Jainism and Buddhism. They gave charity to Jain temples and scholars at Hanagal, Puligere, and other places are spread to Jain culture. So can give importance to Jain religion only can followed. And Buddhism, so he was Mayura Sharma. And what is the contribution of Kadambas? Buddhism was also flourishing in the Kadamba kingdom. It included Ajanta and Banavasi, two of the important center of the Buddhism. The temple were the center of the festivals and celebrations. Both Sanskrit and Prakrit received a encouragement also. First Prakrit and later Sanskrit became the court of language. Kannada was the language of the people, the ancient, this is most important, Halmidi inscription show the characteristic of Kannada language which was in use in the 5th century. This has been the first inscription available in Kannada. The Kadambas laid the foundation for architecture in Karnataka. They built many temples and basadis in Banavasi. During this period, educational centers like Agraharas, Brahmapuris, and Gatikhas were established. The main Agraharas of that time were built in Talagunda and Balligave. The Agraharas were like residential school. So before can construction viharas and Agraharas, so that is education purpose only can establish it and construct. So that is the educational institutions. Next another one, so Almidi inscription and many temples can constructed Kadambas. So this is the main examples of Almidi inscription. This is the Kannada first inscription also. Next another one dynasty, the Ganga dynasty. This is also Karnataka dynasty. So only our Kolara or Kulavala, Talakadu. So there is surrounding places only Gangas can started the ruling. The rise and fall of this dynasty of Ganga rulers constitute an important chapter in the early history of Karnataka. The founder of Ganga dynasty claimed their descent from the Ikshwaku dynasty. He come from. They ruled from Kuvalala, Talakadu, and Manyapura. Today's Manne, nearest Nelamangala in Bangalore rural district only. The Gangavadi kingdom, which began with rule of our founder of this dynasty, Dhadiga, so and also called Kongani Varma, ruled by 27 kings total. Durvinita was the most important and famous king of this dynasty. He was a brave warrior and scholar also, and he ruled for a long period and gained control of Punnata in order to strengthen his kingdom. So can give the strength to Ganga dynasty. And Nallala copper inscription reveals that constructed many lakes for the purpose of irrigation. So agriculture is the main occupation. That's why can construct many lakes also. He was a lover of literature and wrote creative works in Sanskrit and Kannada. He even translated in Prakrit work Vaddakatha of Gunadhya into Sanskrit. He was translated. That's why he was one scholar also. What is the contributions of Gangas? The Ganga kings had a council of ministers to help him. The ministers supervised different branches of administration. The administration in the village was very systematic. The village committee looked after land revenue, justice, sanitation, and defense. Agriculture was the main occupation. There were other occupations like weaving and blacksmith. They had trade relations with other countries. Though the society at the time of Ganga had been divided into different sects and castes, before many caste system, especially our society caste system only before, they were all interdependent. The practice of patriarchal undivided family was common. Nowadays children, that is nuclear family only common. Before, undivided patriarchal family, that is common. Social values like, so this is most important contribution of Gangas in our society. Social values like honesty, every people also honesty, loyalty, bravery and patience were the prominent among the people. So this is the most important things. Chaityalayas, temples, mathas and agraharas were the center of education. There were Brahmapuris and Ghatikas for higher education. Talakadu, Shravanabelagola, Bankapur and Perur have been named as center of learning. Since the Gangas were Jains, Jainism flourished from Pujyapada, Vajranandi, Ajitasena and others popularized this religion. Especially Jainism only can give the importance. Further, they installed 58 feet of monolithic idol of Gomateshwara. You know the story, I think, in Shravanabelagala. At made it was famous saint Shravanabelagala Gomateshwara idol. You must have heard about the Mahamastakabhisheka of Gomateshwara, which take place once in every 12 years even to this day. So every 12 years once Mahamastakabhisheka can held. Ganga kings encouraged art and architecture. They built beautiful temples and basadis. They Kapileshwara temples at Manne, Pataleshwara and Maruleshwara temples at Talakkad, Kolaramma temple at Kolara, Nagareshwara temple at Bheguru nearest Nelamangala. Statues of Gomateshwara at Shravanabelagala are best examples of Ganga's contribution. The significant contribution especially, and pillars called Manastambasa and Brahma Manastambas. So this is the Pataleshwara temples in Talakkadu. The Ganga king were lovers of literature and due to their encouragement to Sanskrit, Prakrit and Kannada language, many works were written in this language, children. Madhava's second, Ganga's ruler, is commentary on Dattaka Sutta. Durvinita, most important king, he wrote the Sanskrit work Shabdavatara and translated to Gunadhya's Vaddakatha into Sanskrit. Prakrit to Sanskrit. Sri Purusha wrote Gajashastra and Shiva Madhava wrote Gajastaka. A Kannada work poet Hemasena wrote Raghava Padaviya. Vadi Basimha wrote Gadya Chintamani and Shastra Chudamani. He was written, whereas Nemichandra wrote Dravyasara Samagraha. Dravyasara Samagraha. And Chaundaraya wrote Chaundaraya Purana and became famous. Chaundaraya Purana, so only most important 52 kings biography only can written. So that is most important Chaundaraya. So he was the minister of Ganga, Rachamalla's minister also. He can build a Gomateshwara statue also in Shravanabelagala, at Shravanabelagala. So that's why Chaundaraya was famous. So these are the buildings can construction Gangas only can contributions of Gangas. So this is the Bahubali in Gomateshwara Vigraha. Bahubali of Gomateshwara. Once you read the story, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.